Hey guys, V from Sharkfin Shears here. Thank you for tuning in to today's class where we're going to be doing a live haircut, bringing you tricks and tips that you can take this week and use behind the chair. I suggest taking one or two of these tricks, trying them out on a client this week, see how they work out for you. Have fun with it. We're going to have fun in today's class. And be sure to tune in every Monday or check out the YouTube channel so you can see the recordings as well. If you're in today's class, please stay tuned to the end. I want to give you a promo code that you can use on the website to shop around that'll help you out when purchasing a pair of shears. Sharkfin is dedicated to bringing education on the tools that you're going to be using behind the chair. I'll talk specifically about the shear that I use and why I like it. And I just want to let you know, again, before we get started, that Sharkfin has a shear for everybody, whether you're looking for a swivel or a non-swivel, a 5.5-inch shear up to a 7, and the different type of blending shears that we offer as well. There's something out there for everybody, and I want to make sure that you have the tool that you're comfortable with in your hand when you're working behind the chair all day. So again, stay tuned until the end. Thank you for tuning in today. And if there's anything in the future that you would like to see, hit us up on Instagram at Sharkfin Shears and let us know what you want to learn about. Let's get started.
Smile, Matt, you're on camera.
How you doing?
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hey guys, welcome back. Vinny with Sharkfin Shears here. Looking forward to bringing this haircut to you today that we have with Matt. We're going to be going over some basics today with consultation, taking a look at the approach for Matt's haircut. I have not met Matt before, just about 20 minutes ago. Yeah. So this is going to be my first haircut with him. I'll share with you my approach when somebody's in the chair for the first time with me. It's my foundations that I fall back on. If you've sat through previous classes, we've talked about having a client in the chair, and it takes about 3 to 4 haircuts to really zero in on that bullseye. And I approach the first 1 to 2 haircuts as a target. And if I'm hitting the target and getting closer to that bullseye, then on the 3rd or 4th haircut, that's where we should be perfecting it. So in order to hit the target, we go through our consultation. And again, I'm just meeting Matt for the first time today. I do not know what he wants to do with his haircut, so we're going to find out together and kind of and then walk through what he's looking to do. So, Matt, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
So, yeah, when was your last haircut?
I would say a few months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
And is that typical for you, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working a lot, so that's part of it.
So you've been busy?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the season. Sometimes I'm more regular. Other times I let it grow out.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
If you had an ideal time period between haircuts, what would it be? 4 weeks, 6 weeks?
I know it's supposed to be 2 weeks. No, that's what people say. Like, should get it freshened up every couple weeks. But I got 5 kids, so
okay.
I'm pretty jam packed most of the time. So makes it hard to do that. But
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I would say if I was able to get it once a month, I would be happy. Especially because like my job, I do residential garage door service.
Okay.
So I like to look presentable when I meet the customer and talk to them. So
are you working on the doors as well?
Oh yeah.
And you're in front of customers?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
We we make the sale, and then do the work.
Gotcha.
So when I get to this point, I just put a hat on.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, yeah. So depending on the haircut we're gonna do, I can recommend the time period between.
Okay.
Just so you know, obviously,
all right.
In a perfect world,
it
does not have to be every 2 weeks. That's for a specific haircut.
Okay.
Once a month for typical, our classic cuts and stuff. Let's figure out a little bit more of like what you want to do. Where do you typically get a haircut? Is it like go to get a haircut?
Yeah, it varies. I used to just go to Great Clips.
Sure.
But It was a good average haircut.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
then I started going to a barber actually down the street from here. And I've been to the school actually
Okay.
once before.
Great.
So that was the last place I got my hair cut
Okay.
a few months ago. But yeah, so
So then what do you want to do for your haircut today then?
so I usually get a fade, you know, like really low, sometimes skin fade up
Okay.
to the top. So I would probably think a skin fade today.
Yeah.
I would prefer, you know, leave the beard obviously, and then skin fade up to just whatever natural length, you know.
Okay. And then do you want the skin fade as smooth as your palm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going down to complete skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, great. And then how about the top? When your hair's cut the way that you like it, how do you typically wear it? It's combed over right now, but it's a little longer. So
yeah.
do you still comb it over when it's cut?
Yeah,
or?
yeah.
Okay.
If it's I usually have it long enough to put it over to the side. You
Okay.
know, but that's just because I have crazy wicked widow's peak. You know what
That's all
I mean?
good.
So
We can take care
cover it up a little bit. You know.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
No, I'll pay attention to that today as well. Okay, so last question I'm going to ask now that I know you want to go down to skin.
Mm-hmm.
We can put the fade in different areas. So
Okay.
we can go low, right above the ear,
Mm-hmm.
and in the neck area, I can go mid, which is going to be at your temple area and mid back, and then we can go high and tight, which will be about just above the temple area. So do you know where you typically get the
Typically, I get it lower.
okay
Yeah.
like mid to low?
Yeah. But I mean, you tell me for like my face shape. Is there anything you would recommend or?
Well, the approach that I'm going to use today with face shape is I'm going to leave you have a little bit more of a round shape.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave the sides a little bit more aggressive in a square shape.
All right.
Nothing too crazy, but that's going to be where I would like change that up for you.
All right.
I like mid fades. I like the mid to low fade. We're in the winter season, so like you said, sometimes you switch it up. So mid to low, I can leave a little bit more hair up top.
Okay. Yeah.
The high and tight, we're gonna have to shorten the top up a lot. And then the last question I'm gonna ask you is, the front is now almost to the bridge of your nose, past your eyebrows.
Yeah.
When you typically get it cut, do you know where you?
Yeah, I haven't worn it down like this since
I'm
high
sure
school.
you don't.
So,
Nope, that's not. You're not gonna. You're not gonna wear it like
No,
this.
I know what you mean.
But
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, usually up higher for sure.
So
yeah.
like mid
Yeah,
forehead.
yeah,
here,
yep.
And that'll give you enough to comb it over.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
great. Sweet. All right. Well, I'm gonna get started, and while I'm getting started, I'm gonna talk a little bit about why this conversation with Matt is extremely important. Again, talking about the target, I have enough information. So this is what I would do in the shop. Des, you can tell me. This is recorded, so do you know how long that took? Was it
consultation?
3 minutes, 4 minutes?
Let's see on.
Okay, so taking the time in the beginning to understand what my client wants allows,
6 minutes.
6 minutes. Okay, so 6 minutes in the beginning, but now my approach to Matt's haircut, I'm gonna move confidently, which is going to increase my speed throughout the haircut. I do 30-minute haircuts in the shop, which means that I actually have 20 minutes to cut hair by the time I do a consultation and I need to have them checked out and move on to my next client. So having thoroughly understanding what my client wants, again, to hit that target, again, because I want to build my book and I want him to come back. So don't forget, you have to create a relationship, execute a haircut, and have the client come back in your chair to build your book so that you can have a sustainable career. So I want to relate to Matt as well. Matt said he has 5 kids. He works in front of people and on garage doors. So it's going to mean he's going to be inside, outside a little bit. He wants to look presentable. I have a little bit of information to talk to him about in the chair. I also have several kids, so we got plenty to talk about there. And I can focus on the haircut. So before I would start, we're going to do a mid-skin fade down, smooth as your palm. We're going to leave the fringe front bang area about midway, which will give me the guide up top to be able to dictate the length up there. And you want to be able to wear it over to the side. Do you ever wear your hair like messy or anything either?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Now looking at Matt's hair, it's a little bit finer and he's got mid density, so it's gonna lighten up quicker. So that's what I'm analyzing just by looking at the hair. I'm sectioning out the top from the side, and then we'll spin them around. Can you bring your chin up for me, Matt? Thanks. And then this is the swirl in the back.
Oh, yeah.
So the hair naturally is showing me naturally where it wants to lay. I'm going to cut it where it wants to lay. And we're going to build our shape about the lower part of the crown here and mid part of the parietal. And we've gone over that before, so I'll talk about that while I'm cutting. And I'll go through my process with the skin fade. All right, so most important factor is the consultation, again, so that I can move confidently through this haircut. While I'm cutting Matt's hair, I can also check in with him about how the haircut's shaping up. I only want to do one haircut in the chair. I don't want to do 2 or 3 haircuts, and that can tend to happen with a client for the first time. If you check in with a client at the end of the cut, and that's the first time you're asking them if they like the haircut, if they say they want to go shorter or they want to change something, that's your fault. You should have checked in during the haircut to make sure things were, you guys were on the same page. And what that means to me is you're going to be in a little bit of a jam. So if you didn't confirm like I did at the beginning and you don't check in, at the end, if they want to go tighter, you're going to be up against the clock. You might have another client waiting for you. So you can tell them that you would have the ability to do that next time they come in. You know, for this first haircut, this is what you thought they wanted. You think it looks good, yada, yada, yada. If you did confirm with them and they want to go shorter, you do have a little bit of the upper hand. Just saying, hey, we did confirm this is what you wanted. I'm up against the clock. I have another client waiting. I'll take a note. So next time I know you want to go tighter, and we can pick it up from there and just see what they say. Typically your clients are going to be more than understanding. And that's if you're running on appointments or need to get on to your next haircut. So I have a 3 on because I was looking at Matt's hair. It's a little finer. Density is about moderate. And for the fade, I need it to stay dark at the top. So right now I'm clearing my canvas. He hasn't had a haircut in several months. I've never cut his hair before. So my 3 guard is a tester. I'm clearing hair out, building my length and graduation up here, and just removing bulk. So I'm going to go in with a 2 now. I fade into a 2. Bring your chin up for me. Thanks, man. I fade into a 2 if you've watched previous videos. So the 3 is going to keep that darkness. The 2 is going to clear everything out. And you can see it getting lighter right there. So I didn't want to take that 2 all the way up. That's what I wanted to avoid, and I'm glad I did that. I think that would have been a little bit too light. Good pressure. One thing I see my students do a lot when they're clearing hair, they tend to bounce around too much. if this relates to you, great. If not, hopefully you can just kind of follow along. The width of the clipper, when I'm clearing hair out, I think of it like mowing. So when I mow, I overlap my section by a quarter to make sure that I got everything. And I'm going from top to bottom, up and down. Remember, we're going against the grain, so you got to watch for the growth pattern. Sometimes the hair doesn't chin up on. Yes. Sometimes the hair doesn't grow straight down, so you got to go sideways a little bit on an angle. If you don't do that, you're not going to cut the hair to the true length of the clipper you have. I'd like to go back to one of the consultation questions. It's something that my students have to ask if they don't know the client, and if they is where they got their last haircut or where they typically get a haircut. So you heard Matt say he's been to Great Clips or Supercuts, which is, you know, like a box store for haircuts, which is fine. And then he's also been to a barber shop. So, and then he said the word fade. I have to confirm with people anytime they say the word fade. That can mean a lot of different things to people. Matt hit it spot on. He knew that he wanted to go super tight. All I had to confirm was that when he said skin, he meant he wanted it as smooth as his palm. If someone says, no, I don't want it as smooth as their palm, then I go into like a stubble fade. A stubble fade could be either your outliner or, depending on how your adjustable is tuned, like a closed no guard. That shows skin, but doesn't leave them with the bald fade, and sometimes people want that. So
Yeah, like when I get a skin fade, because of my hair type, I'm more prone to ingrown hairs.
yeah,
Irritation. So a lot of times I help you with skin fade, but they don't clarify that ahead of time, and they just pull out the foil and start pulling my head, then I get irritation.
Yeah.
And I'm like it's something I can forget. So consultation is always important in that regard.
yeah, man. Like, and here's the thing. Next time Matt comes in, for some reason I got a really good memory with clients. I don't know what it is, but I'll see Matt again. If I saw him at a convenience store, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't remember. But if he's sitting in my chair in the barber shop, and my memory just gets jogged, and I'm like, oh yeah, I cut you, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and then judging, how tight his hair is, chin up on. I'm like, oh yeah, didn't we do a skin fade or something? So, and then my consultation with him then is, hey, did you like the last haircut? Is there anything you would change? Do you want to go higher? Do you want to go lower? Did you like the skin? Like whatever. That's my consultation. So I take a 6-minute consultation. The client comes back to me, and then I'm able to have a 30-second consultation, if I remember correctly. And then because I follow a procedure every time I cut, then I can focus on fine-tuning that second, third haircut for him. All right. There we go. So chin up again for me. Cool. Look this way real quick. Great. All right, now we're even. So, I wanted to just share with you guys midline. Anytime I put a fade line in with my outliner, I go slightly below the area that we said. So like low or mid. So the mid is just slightly higher to me, but with the outliner, I'm going to go a little lower because I need to go in. I need room to be able to fade with my no guard and connect and everything. So the other thing I want you to pay attention to is the shape that I cleared with the 3, this little dip behind the ear. is where the transition is from the side to the back and where the parietal meets the crown. The crown is lower than the parietal, so when I'm clearing, I always dip a little bit to follow head shape. If I were to create a straight line from where the side and the parietal meet and keep going, I would cut the entire crown out, and then the silhouette in the back and the shape wouldn't be as nice. This would get caved in. This is a flat spot. The crown is a flat spot on our head. We want a nice silhouette and build a shape. So we do that with the hair, building length with the hair. All right. So for this haircut, because of the length that I'm going to keep on top, I'm going to create this dip. Now this can get adjusted. I can bring it up higher. I don't exactly know how it's going to fall with the length that I'm going to do on top, but this is my connection area. So I'm cutting the side. I cleared this out and set this shape so that I don't have to worry about the top or the transition area. I can fully focus on the fade. I'm going to scissor cut the top, and then depending on where the top and the side lengths are meeting is going to determine what I'm going to do in my connection area of the parietal and the crown. All right, but I don't have to worry about that anymore. But because he wants to keep some length on top, I'm able to make that call. It sounds easy, but making that call is not easy, especially when you first start out with cutting hair. Just know the higher and tighter you go, the shorter the hair has to be on top. The lower, slightly dropping your transition area and leaving it a little bit longer gives you the flexibility to have longer hair on top and have a nice connection, nice transition area. Okay, so now that I have that line set, that fade line set, I'm going to pick speed up. Notice I'm going from outline up, confident strokes with the clipper to remove all the hair, then going back to just make sure I got everything. At this point, you can move to a fade brush. Make sure you get all the clippings off the head. Any dark spot's going to throw your eye off when you're fading. People blow through this step too quick, and then they go to the foil shaver and they got hair left on the head, and then they have to go back and trim it anyway. So whatever step you're doing, make sure you do it till it's done so that you can move on and get the rest of the haircut going.
How do you get the line so symmetrical like this?
So that's actually what I wanted to talk about earlier. So Dez, my IT guy behind, who's learning so much about cutting hair right now, asked, how do I get the lines to be symmetrical? The system for learning that in the beginning is all about connection points. So if I did the A and the B and then connected it, and then I did the A on the other side, I stood in front of them and checked to make sure that they were lined up, and then connected A to B on the other side. That's my system. There's other ways that people do it. That is the fastest and most confident approach that I've been able to master to get this down. Now, when other people are watching YouTube and they're watching, this is a step-by-step instructional. Like, I'm trying to break down everything. When you watch other people, like, all right, I'm going to do a skin fade. I'm going to put a fade line all the way around the head. This isn't how I do it in the shop. My muscle memory is to the point where I can start on this side, go all the way around the head, and end up putting the same line in. For people who are just starting skin fades, I highly recommend you break down the steps. A, B, connect, A, B, connect. And it'll train your eye, your skill to be able to just go what we call like all the way around the world. So you can go around the world with one line, one take, with minor adjustments. If you try that too early and you can't do it, then you're going to spend 20 minutes just trying to fix your line and you won't even be able to focus on the actual haircut. Yeah, I Matt?
Yep.
Cool. All right, let's focus on Matt a little bit. So, how'd you have time today then, brother, with your busy schedule? What's going on?
So I take last Saturday of the month off from work. So actually, I usually work Saturdays. But...
The last Saturday of every month you take off.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And then what do you do on those Saturdays?
So initially, I took off the last Saturday of the month because my church has a book study on the last Saturday of the month in the morning.
Cool.
But with us being close to the holidays, they canceled it. So.
Okay. So you do a book study in the morning typically.
Yeah.
And then what do you do after that?
Oh man.
Or what time is the book study?
So the book study starts at 9:30.
Okay.
And they have like breakfast and everything, and then we go through the book. Usually done by like 11. And then my wife cleans the church.
Okay.
So usually while she's doing that, I'll go out door to door and I knock on the doors around the neighborhood of the church. I haven't been doing that lately though, just with the way things have been going with work and everything. But then from there,
Well, you knock on the doors and you're talking to people?
Oh yeah.
Checking in on the community?
Yeah, pretty much. Try to spread the gospel, tell them the good news, hand out tracts.
Cool.
And then usually from there, depending on the weather, we'll take the kids to a park. There's a local park that's not far from the church, so we'll hang out there, throw the frisbee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to get them to run some energy out.
That's amazing.
But
Do
yeah.
you live local to this area?
Oh yeah, I live right down the street.
Okay.
Yeah, so I live in Lansdale, right by the post office.
Cool.
Yep. And then we usually have a game night for the church, but pretty much anybody that we know, we invite, come over, play games, talk, hang out. Yeah, Des doesn't like to show up.
Outed! Outed him!
Yeah. Are you coming today, Des?
See, Des invited me to something earlier, but
Oh, dude,
I was just, when we were sitting around, I remember.
Oh,
he was
yeah,
like,
that's right. Yeah,
he's like, oh, do you want to come to that? And I said, I would absolutely love to come to that, but I won't.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't.
Yeah, no, just what it is.
The kids.
Yeah, well, yeah, life. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's usually what the Saturdays I have off look like. Otherwise, I'm usually working till like 7.
What do you work during the week? Or you work 10 to 7 on Saturday?
No, I usually work 7 to 7.
7 to 7 on a Saturday.
Yeah, 7 to 7 Monday through Saturday.
7 to 7 Monday through Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it depends on the day. Sometimes you work till 9. Sometimes you get done at 3, 4, 5 o'clock. But it's service work, so it really depends. I could show up and all they need is a couple things done. It takes me 45 minutes and then I'm out of there. Other times I show up and they end up buying 3 garage doors, all need repairs and new openers and this and that and the other thing. So that's when you hit a long day, for sure.
Yeah, I can understand, being in the service industry. Like we opened up our books on Monday.
Yeah.
We extended our hours.
Okay.
We're open 8 to 7, Tuesday through Friday, and then 7:30 to 2:30 on Saturday.
Okay.
So you gotta be available.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
You gotta be available.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like sometimes I'll get to an appointment at like 4 o'clock, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're out this late," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Yeah, if it's not your house, it's somebody else's house."
They say what? Sorry, what?
Yeah, sorry that you're out this late. Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. If I wasn't here, I'd be somewhere else." We're so overbooked right now.
Yeah. That's I guess, somewhat of a blessing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
to have that kind of work.
Yeah, and it's a good company. A lot of good guys there. You know, I used to work for a company where I was pretty much the only tech.
Oh, wow.
So you were kind of stranded. I mean, if you were stuck, it was just, you know, you're there until it's done. But now they've got plenty of techs there. So if I get stuck, I can call somebody. They'll come out and give me a hand, or they'll drop off a part that I need, or, you know, vice versa. If you finish up early, you call the office, see if anybody's behind.
Gotcha. What's the name of the company?
Precision Garage Doors.
Cool. So I'm going to take a moment to just, like, this is one of the best ways I love to connect with clients in the chair. I have a garage.
Yeah.
So now it's like, now I know somebody.
Yeah.
I'm getting to know Matt. He's sharing with me about the company he works for. In our barber shop, we have either a bulletin board or we have a book called I Know a Guy, and we just have, like, you know, all the local electricians,
for sure,
contractors, and car washes and whatever, you know.
I gotcha.
And so if I have someone else sitting in my chair, it's been so cool over the years. Like, I got someone in my chair and they're like, "Oh, I'm having this issue. I'm trying to do this project at my house. I got this," and I'm like, "Oh, I know somebody that could help you with that." Let me recommend somebody for you.
For sure.
That's how my relationship with Modern Man started in the chair.
Yeah, right?
Oh, okay.
It was like some conversation, and then we all became friends.
Nice.
Yeah, seriously, man. It's amazing. It really is. It's the lighting. It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. No, you know what's crazy though? I'll just be honest. Des, I appreciate that, but I do appreciate it. I'm happy to be able to share stuff with people, and, you know, I'm seeing imperfections and I'm trying to get this to look real nice and everything. But again, if you're watching this, you're seeing a first take on Matt's hair, and really trying to nail this mid skin fade for him. I am learning things as I'm going with his hair, some things that I might change for next time. And again, knowing my process and how I do things really helps me. But I'm still moving along, trying not to get stuck in one spot. I'm spending time on this side panel here, getting it just the way I want it. And then I'm going to take this as a blueprint to move on to the back and the other side. And this is when a lot of beginners get lost. You really want to follow your process all the way through, make adjustments as you go if need be. And if it doesn't come out the way that you want it on the first one, this would be a point where I would have already checked in earlier. And I did say that, so you guys got me. I didn't check in with Matt. Matt, you can see the monitor?
Yeah. Looks good.
You see that right there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That's looking
absolutely.
Looking good?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I got this left side done. We'll do a little picking in the front here. I'll go in my corners to break up some of those dark spots. There we go. When you go into corner, when you have a chunking of a dark spot, the density is different. And when you put little slices in it, it breaks up that darkness, and then the light to dark to the eye looks a lot better. I see people do this too early. They don't cut the canvas first. They don't put the structure in to then see what the hair actually does. The longer the hair, the darker it is. So you got to cut the hair down to the length you want, whether it's your half guard, your 1, your 1.5, your 2, whatever it is. Because if you don't cut it down and it's dark because of the length, and you go to add in some of your polish work, it's not going to come out the way that you want it. So again, I'm just doing vertical cuts into the pockets of hair that I see are clumped together and darker. And what we're doing is we're creating a consistent look left to right and then bottom to top. That's one of the other difficult things I don't think people realize when they're cutting hair. You're working left to right and you're working up and down when we're creating a nice haircut. Okay, so let's follow the blueprint for the back and the other side. I'll share with you what I did. I didn't share with you guys while I was cutting the left side. So I did up fade this, and up fading allows me to manipulate the contrast. So I have a half guard on now, it's open, I'm starting low. I'm creating about a pinky width of room here. Once I go up and clear out about that pinky width, I start to lever play down to the open no guard to get that nice blend. Remember, my system that I've shown you guys on previous classes, I skin fade into a 2. So I wanted to keep his hair darker, so I went and cleared out with the 3, and I put the 2 right under it because my system, when I go to fade, I like to fade the trimmer and the foil shaver into a 2 adjustable. The 3 kept the hair dark and it built the length in the transition area that allows me to manipulate the top length and not worry about the connection. So now that I have that pinky width of room where I cleared with an open half guard, I'm lever playing down and using real tight up and down motions. I'm watching the hair change and I'm listening. Very controlled up and down movements. The angle of the clipper is such, the back end of the clipper is higher, so I can get the teeth on the head. The lower the clipper, the more the body and the teeth are gonna come off of the head. So the lower I go, it creates that distance. That's when you wanna use that when you're trying to blend into a higher guard. Right now, with fading, I need the teeth on the head, cutting it to the exact length of the clipper. Now the back of the head is more dense, so I'm seeing pocketing here and here of dark. Again, I'm gonna take my clipper, put some slices in there to break up the darkness. So that broke up the line a little bit there. I'm seeing it here. Now I'm using my monitor screen right now. I tell my students from when they put the fade line in and they're working their skin, you gotta cut into the mirror the whole time. The mirror is going to train your eye on what to see. And then you got to use the fade techniques that you're learning here and other videos and watching other people cut hair to get this really seamless transition of light to dark. Des, man, you really blessed me with a good model today, man. I'm stoked. I love the transformation too, man. 2-3 months without a haircut.
Yeah.
5 kids at home. My kid's gonna feel like a new man. You're gonna feel like a new man leaving here today.
Get rid of all those grays, huh?
That's cool. Sweet. So I cleared with the half guard. I like the way that blended into the skin. I saw some length of hair I didn't really like. I went in with the 1.5 because it was closer to the 2, and then I just polished with the 1 guard. Let's repeat on this side. We're gonna wrap this up. The top is gonna go a lot faster, so I know I can take my time with the skin fade because I got a system for the top. And then we're gonna taper Matt's beard in. Call it a day. And then again, I don't know if you guys heard or paid attention to the conversation. We are filming this. I'm not in the barber shop right now. But if you remember, Matt gave me one window of opportunity that he can come see me for a haircut. He's got 2 opportunities. The last Saturday of every month he takes off. Now he has somewhere to be at 9 or 9:30, but I'm gonna tell him that my door's open at 7:30. And if he would like to schedule an appointment 4 to 5 weeks out on the last Saturday. Now we're getting into the holidays, so things are gonna get a little maybe funky in December, but 11 months out of the year it should work. I would offer him that appointment, and if it doesn't work, so be it, but I'm not gonna let Matt go without offering him an appointment. So I know Matt told me he wants a haircut. He told me he wants to look good. I know that this haircut with the fade will last 2 to 3 weeks. It'll grow in nice, and I can see him in 4 to 5 if that works for his schedule. But I don't want Matt to go 2-3 months without a haircut. So for people out there like, oh, you know, I don't want to feel like a salesman, and if he wants to come back in, he can. No, that's not good customer service. If you listen to your client and they tell you what you want and you offer them back what they want, it's their decision to take it or not. If you're not offering them a time slot to come in and see you, then it's not benefiting your client and it's not benefiting you. Because now your book 4 to 5 to 6 weeks out has an open slot that's only going to be filled on the whim of someone looking in the mirror and saying, hey, I'm ready for a haircut, checking your availability and seeing if you have a spot open. So that's my take on book building, taking care of your client, and making sure you're putting food on your own table. I've been in the barbershop for 10 years. I've worked in shops that are off the beaten path. They're not that busy. With walking, like, you know, just people walking by and exposure. I've worked in shops that are right off of busy streets. It's hard to turn into, and you know, they might not come in unless they know you, whatever. I built a book at each shop, and it was by doing these things. And when I'm out getting lunch at a restaurant or at a convenience store or whatever, and I see somebody with a haircut that I want to cut, I introduce myself, let them know where I'm at, and if they ever want to come see me, come see me. So if you guys aren't taking an initiative like that, then I hope you like TikTok and death scrolling and all that stuff, because you're going to be sitting in your barber chair wondering why, you know, your book's not getting filled. And a lot of it comes down to you and what you're doing, you know, to fill that chair. And it's not easy. If you're starting out, probably a good 12 to 18 months to get that chair filled. But if you don't start at some point, then the clock doesn't start ticking down to that 12 to 18 months.
Wow.
All right, here's a little trick and tip for you too. The right side was easier and it came out a little cleaner. Are you seeing that? Now, that's not me. I mean, I followed my process, but you'll tend to see that sometimes from side to side things can differ. And for some reason, I had way less like polish work and clipper lengths that I had to play with on the right side than I did the left side. And I've come to realize that it's common and it happens. So if you don't pay attention to that and you start to do too much on the side that is not required, you're actually going to mess the haircut up. So don't forget, you gotta, as barbers, we gotta know what to take off and put on. Or leave on. We're not taking everything off. All right. Where are we at time-wise, Des?
Like 38 minutes for the cut, 48 minutes on the clock.
All right, wonderful. So while I got the clipper in my hand, I'm just cleaning up some basic stuff for the beard. All right, and then rule of thumb for you guys out there, where the client, every client's a little different, where their ear attaches to their head, draw a line straight across. If you want to be there or slightly higher when you put a line in for the beard. So when I do a skin fade, now I have enough room to taper this in, and I can leave his beard as full as he wants, or we could take it down a little bit. The lower you go, the shorter you got to go into the beard, and then you want to find that sweet spot. Every client's a little different, so I use reference points. The ear, where it attaches to the head, line straight across. You need to keep the beard at least at that height, or you're going to put yourself into a tough position potentially. All right, we got a couple approaches we can do to the top of the hair. You feeling all right?
Yeah.
I know this
Straightening it out a little bit.
This chair can be a little
Good.
uncomfortable for too long. Okay, I got two approaches. We can approach from the bang as a reference point, or we can approach from the side. So I'm going to do the side today. I've already done a video for approaching from the bang. All right. This is weight. Weight means length. Where the length is coming from, you have to understand so that we can blend this in a little bit better. So I want to keep some of the length, a majority of the length, but this is too heavy. It's almost looking like a line. So we're going to remove some of the hair. We're going to finish this. I got my 6 1/4 double shark fin shear. Because of the fact that this transition area is, to me, almost done and polished, I'm going to go in with scissors to finish this off. Some people are big fans of clipper over comb. Some people take a guard and run it higher. I love scissors at this point. So much control. The 6 1/4 allows me to work in areas like larger areas, but also kind of use less of the shear for the precision that I'm looking for. So right now, you should see this line softening up. I'm removing just a little bit of length. The length is coming from where the hair is sectioned off in the parietal area. It's cut at a lower elevation. The lower the elevation, the longer the hair, the more weight you're gonna have. So when I'm picking up the hair, I'm picking up the hair that's sectioned off in the parietal and elevating it at an angle that's still lower than 90, less than 90 degrees, which is allowing me to maintain the length and some of the weight. Then I'll go in with my blending shears to remove any weight line I don't like for a full blend. So I'm slowing this part down for you to explain it and to see it. And then I'll show you what I'm gonna do from here. I like the way that this looks. This is done to me. This is typical, guys. Matt likes to keep his chin down. It's almost like our clients have, it's okay. It's almost like they have weights in their chin, and I don't know what it is, but do not be afraid. I need Matt's head parallel to the ground. If not, I have to cut to match. You can put it down.
Cut his head off.
I gotta match the angle here, and I don't want to do that. I want to stand comfortably. All right, I'm gonna take another section from the top. I'm gonna bring this down, and you can see the hair hanging over. Des, can you punch in on that? Can you tilt? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this hair, can you see that?
Yep.
Hanging over the hair I just cut. The hair I just cut is my guide. So because I want to allow for longer hair on top, I put my scissor underneath, pick that hair up, put the comb underneath, find my guide, come out to the guide, elevate, and cut. Nice. Make adjustments from there. You want a little less weight, elevate the hair higher. I'll turn. When I'm elevating, I'm staying in line with the side of his head. So straight up from the head. You can see the distance from the section to the comb. That's allowing for the length. So I'm going to work my way into the middle of the head, following the same pattern. And then I'll show you what happens when we pick the hair up on the top. This is how I can control the length and weight in the transition and in the top area of the head. Again, the elevation will lighten up the length, and then there will come a point in time where I can go in with my blending shears. Great, so now the crown area is done. Okay, so I got 3 blending shears on the side and people will use it as a loose term, texturizers or blending shears. They'll interchange them. On the side here, I'm going to use true blending shears. True blending shears have a higher teeth count. The higher the teeth count, the more the hair will actually be cut. It's close to representing a straight shear. So I want to stay on the edges, and I want to really, I want to pay attention to what I'm cutting. So the weight line is right here. I just want to dust the edges to break up that line. in the transition area for a nice blend. This is creating a really nice short to long for this haircut. In this instance, right now, the weight is coming from above up here. So I want to elevate the hair. This blend is nice. I want to elevate the hair, stay on the ends, just to break up that line to create that look. Because I know that this blending shear can be used to cut like a straight scissor, in areas where I want a little bit of length off, I can go back and just hit that area a couple times and it'll give me the look that I want. Okay, how does this help me up top? I'll show you that now. Let's give Matt a nice little ride going down. And you wear your hair to the left.
Yeah.
So when I comb all the hair to the left, you can see that I got a lot heavier. That's because everything from the middle down to the left is all laying in one spot. And here's how I'm going to use how I just blended in the top cut. Okay. I'm looking for the guide, so right here, this hair that's about to fall out, I took right here. So you can see that this hair's in the middle of the head. That's what I have. That's what did not reach to the right side. And then right here, the hair should connect. Great. Just going to remove a little bit right there. And now from right to left, the hair that was cut out. Now I have now I know that the hair is going to be fully blended. And I'm just removing the length from the middle of the head now. This is a fully balanced haircut. That means that Matt could actually wear his hair to the right if he so chooses, and it would allow him. He could wear it straight. He can wear it to the left. And it'll be fully balanced and blended. Just double check this side, a little bit of length. Okay. Now that the top is cut, we're going to walk this into the bang. I'm going to pinch a center profile guide here. Here's the guide from the middle that we just cut. I'm going to over direct the bang by holding it straight up. Walk it forward one more time. I'm going to do the left side, which is not that much. Smaller area. We'll do the right side. And then I'll show you what we're going to do after that. Because I'm elevating it and slightly over directing it, the front lightened up, but you can still see the length is there. And I did ask Matt earlier. He's had a lot of haircuts, so I trust my client. That's why I ask him, hey, do you keep your, when your hair falls forward, is it at your eyebrow, below your eyebrow, or above your eyebrow? Use your client. If they don't know, then how they're going to style their hair is the most important, because you have to make a professional recommendation. Matt gave me what he thought. It actually confirmed with what I thought. So that's what we're going to go with. So the reference point was about mid forehead. I'm going to do a little point cutting so it's not just a straight line. Now I have a guide. And right here, we're going to connect our transition into the bang. And this avoids that right here where that bang turns up into that is where you avoid that straight bowl look that we want to avoid and nobody likes. And again, he's not going to wear his hair straight down, but I know that everything is connected now.
Fine.
Oh, you're good. We're almost done.
No worries.
Appreciate your patience.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that means Dez is about done too.
My bad.
Just kidding. All right. So, all right, man. Run your hands through that, mess it up. Show me how you style it, push it all around. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's much better. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Oh,
Look at that smile.
yeah,
That's
sure.
what we're looking for.
Yeah, man. Very happy. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
You like you listen to this rant 50 years ago, right?
Except for better, right? Yeah. You meant Brad Pitt, right?
Yo, Grant was the president.
Yeah.
He was a beast.
All right, guys. Thank you again, Matt, for coming out today. I'm gonna taper in this top part. That's where I'm gonna kind of end it. If we got to do any touch-up beard work, I can kind of check that out. Or if you want the line, or if you just want the taper, or whatever you want to do. The beard's looking decent. Do you do your own beard?
I do, yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah. I shaped it up a couple days ago. You got to do something when you're working in front of people. Right?
Well,
you can't just let it all go.
no, exactly. And this is, I mean, it looks good.
Thank you.
Definitely for doing it at home.
Yeah,
Do you use beard oil?
sometimes.
Yeah. Beard. Do you have a beard soap you use to wash your beard? Like
I used
times a
to, but
week?
I had a reaction to it. So
Oh, no.
A lot of times I just put in like vitamin E oil when I'm
Okay.
showering, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just something to get down to the skin.
Yeah,
and
so yeah,
cleanse
exactly,
that. That's
yeah.
where a lot of the irritation comes
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
So yeah, this would be a point in time where I would talk to my client about at-home product that they're using, ask them if they use product. If they don't use product, I always introduce my clients to a matte, something with a matte finish. I just spent 25 minutes, making them look good, and if he wants to keep it looking natural, that's fine. I have different products that can give him the desired look that he wants. Beard's definitely going to be suggesting beard oil, beard cream, a beard soap. If Matt was in my chair first time, if he didn't request the beard to be done, I would give him probably the first beard complimentary, little complimentary trim, introduce him to what I can do with the beard work, especially if he liked the haircut. And then if he wants to add the service next time to the haircut, we can do so. So again, we're just going to taper this in. We had a high focus on the consultation today, guys. It was very important to nail that down, to give me the confidence to be able to move through the haircut and execute it with expectations that, were around what Matt wanted. I could have done something different. I could have done exactly what I wanted to do. If you do that, even if it's a great haircut, if it's not what the client expected, then the haircut's terrible. So listen to your client. That's why you ask questions. You're not asking questions as a formality. Make sure you're asking questions. You're asking the right questions so that you can hit that target, build a relationship with your client, pre-book them. And then from there, the haircut, the client. So you should be having fun, behind the chair. I just used my texturizers, which are have less teeth than the blenders. The blenders had 40 teeth. Those have 28 teeth. So I got a little bit more, just kind of taking out, removing some bulk and whatnot. And this is the final look. Mind if I check the eyebrows?
Oh, go for it.
Okay. So again, knowing a little bit more about Matt, his schedule, what he likes to do, I'd offer him that Saturday several weeks from now. See if he wants to come back in. If not, that's fine. I'll give him all the ways that he can contact me: Instagram, shop phone, download our app, whatever your shop has to offer. Make sure your client knows before leaving how to book with you or how to get in contact. We're just putting some final touches on. So again, from the Sharkfin family, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please check out the website, sharkfinshears.com. We got something for everybody, like I said in the intro. If you're looking for stationary handle, swivel handle, 5 1/4 up to 7 inch. And so please take advantage of the website. If you have any questions, reach out to us, education@sharkfinshears.com or sharkfinshears on Instagram. Have a wonderful day. Have a great week, and see you guys soon.